Hey guys, it's Nicole from PrairieWoodsHomeschool.com, and today I'm going to be sharing some preschool activities I have for my 3-year-old this week. Now, a lot of our preschool is spent spending time outdoors and reading lots of quality living books as well as having good conversations. But during those freezing cold winter months and those super hot summer months, I do tend to have a lot more activities for my kids. That way they can just stay engaged and learning and be able to have fun indoors when we can't get outside. Now, some of you may know that we used to have a homeschool room that I most dearly loved, but with the addition of our 3rd child, we recently had to say goodbye to our homeschool room, and we used to have a nice shelf area there where I used to place all of the trays with the activities on those shelves. But what I've been doing recently is just placing a tray or two on the kitchen island or the kitchen table and just kind of using that as a gentle invitation. And that's been working quite well, especially since the baby can't get up to the kitchen island or the table. And that just helps keep him away from all of the small pieces. And the kids are able to do their activities without getting interrupted. So that's been working quite well for us recently. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on into the activities.
The first activity we have is the Feed the Penguin game, which my kids absolutely love. And this is working on fine motor skills as well as color recognition. But what we're doing this time around is actually using this to review our colors in Spanish. So I would simply ask my children to find a particular color of fish in Spanish, and they would have to find that fish and then feed it to our penguin here. You could also alter the activity just a little bit to work on counting. This would be excellent for that as well. Now, I will link the printable for this activity down below in the description box for you guys, but basically in order to create this activity, I pasted the penguin printable onto an old box that we had laying around, and then I used a box cutter to make a space in the beak for the penguin's mouth. And then I laminated and cut out all of the fish. And then on the flip side of the box, I went ahead and used the box cutter to create a little door. That way the kids can retrieve their fish after they're done and they can do the activity again. Next, we have a pre-writing activity, which is not only going to help build those fine motor skills, but it's also going to be working on number recognition as well. So this activity is using these free printable road numbers, and I'll be sure to link these below for you guys. They cover digits 0 through 9, and these are by Stephanie Hathaway Designs. But basically what the kids are doing with these is that they're using cars to trace along the numbers and just kind of get familiar with how the numbers are formed. And as you can see, I did laminate these numbers for durability, but the kids really do just enjoy this activity. Moving on to some practical life, we have this Montessori screwdriver board, which comes with a screwdriver, an Allen wrench, and a variety of nuts and bolts. And this was perfect for my children since their dad's a carpenter, so they love to practice and help. But this is also great for, once again, building those fine motor skills as well as developing hand-eye coordination and dexterity. The next activity we have works on storytelling. So we have these creative story cards, and these are by a company called Ebu. And they actually have lots of different themes, but the ones I'm showing you today are the mystery in the forest ones. And there's lots of different ways you can use these, but I just like to give the kids 6 or 7 cards, and they will lay them out in any order they want and come up with a story. And my 3-year-old has quite the imagination, so I'm super excited to see what he comes up with this week. I also really like to pair our wooden toys with books. So this week we have these cute wooden belugas. So we have a mommy beluga and a baby beluga. And then for the book, we have Baby Beluga, which is just actually a super cute song that I'm sure a lot of you, if not most of you, are familiar with. But this is so great for my preschooler as well as my baby, and even my kindergartner enjoys this. And I just thought that this Arctic animal theme was absolutely perfect for the month of January. Next, we have this winter pin control. So we're going to be working on some more pre-writing. Now, this printable comes in my winter preschool activity pack, which I will be sure to link for you guys. And I went ahead and put this in a dry erase sleeve. These are nice because then the children can use dry erase markers to trace their lines, and then they can just simply wipe them off and do it over and over and over again. Next, we have some other pages that come in my winter preschool activity pack. This time it's dot marker pages, which are perfect for pairing with do-a-dot markers. And these are so great for building hand-eye coordination and inspiring creativity. And there's so many printables that you can find online. Next, I have this alphabet construction activity for my 3-year-old. Now, I found this at the Target dollar spot at the beginning of the school year, and I just thought it was absolutely perfect for him since he loves to build. So he is just going to be using all of the different construction pieces from the kit in order to build the letters of the alphabet. This activity is so great for working on letter recognition with preschoolers, and it's also great to use as a pre-writing activity as it helps get them familiar with how the letters are formed. And then it's also, again, working on those fine motor skills as they use their little hands to build the letters. We're also in the middle of a space unit right now, so this Begin Again wooden space A to Z puzzle is perfect to go along with that, as well as help teach my 3-year-old his letters. So on one side they have all of the uppercase letters, and then on the other side they have all of the space objects names. So again, great for reviewing letters and letter sounds. And then what's even more neat is that the pieces can actually be stood up and used for play, so it's great for the imagination as well. So this is just a really super fun and interactive puzzle. And then the very last activity I have for the kids this week is the space-themed sensory bin. Now, sensory bins are an absolute lifesaver in our house, as my 3-year-old is a very sensory-seeking kiddo. And this is perfect to go along with our space unit. So I put figures from our Safari LTD space tube in it, as well as glow-in-the-dark stars, and then our Safari LTD planets. And then the filler here is black beans, which I would not recommend if your child is still putting things in their mouth. And then I also just added in some containers for transferring, and then some wooden scoops for building those fine motor skills.
Alright you guys, those are all of the preschool activities I have for my 3-year-old this week. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I share all things homeschool on this channel. So homeschool hauls, morning basket, activity ideas, and so much more. So if that's something you guys are interested in, do be sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.